Alright guys, welcome back. Blue Eyes is here and I quickly wanted to show you the deck that we have been playing today and a few crazy replays showing you the deck list. But you can see right here, we had today a win rate of 96.6% over in total 46 games. And you can see right here, and this is crazy, that we only won 16 coin flips, but we still had a win rate of 81.3 going first. And we lost 30 coin flips, so a very unlikely coin flip statistic basically, but with 30 lost coin flips we still won 63.3 times or percent of the time, with a total of nearly 70% win rate. This deck is really solid. Obviously Blue Eyes with the new Primate stuff. I have some cool replays for you afterwards, but now let me show you the deck list. Obviously a couple of cards you can also go ahead and copy this. We are playing 44 cards. Here you can definitely go a bit less if you wanted to, for example, get rid of one effect value, but we are playing two Blue Eyes Red Dragon. I think now with the Primate engine, the clean Blue Eyes is more important than before. Before I was running a Jet Dragon and one Blue Eyes to not get stuck on that, but now two Blue Eyes is more important, also makes the trap better. So we are playing it also with 44 cards, less bricky. We have 3 effect value, as I already said, could bump this down to 2, but it's a good one. You can search it, and on continuous turns we are grinding even more now. On continuous turns you can even search more with your sages. Talking about them, we have 3 sage with Eyes of Blue, still one of our best normal summons, and then we have 3 maiden of white, a no-brainer, 2 Maxis, 3 ash blossoms, and 2 Fuvalos that you can discard with wishes for Eyes of Blue. You could run 3, but I like to run 2, so to not see too many of them. Then again, you can play 2 in one turn, so you could also argue bumping the effect value down to 2 and then adding a Fuvalos here. I'm still playing one Neo Kaiser Seahorse. You could not run this if you wanted to, make it a bit slimmer, because we have a lot of normal summons that compete against each other, like the Sage with Eyes of Blue plus the Primate Dragon Ether Barrel, newly added, and then the Neo Kaiser Seahorse. The cool thing about the Neo Kaiser Seahorse though is that it's a good connection point between the Blue Eyes engine and the Primate engine. So for example, let's say you will end up on your Heretic Seal of the Heavenly Spheres, which was kind of a running gag in today's live stream, since I nearly always ended up on this thing, which is cool. You can make this with your Primate Dragon Ether Barrel and then just summoning a Blue Eyes with a Lordly Lord and just go for the Heretic Seal, not playing it to nip. This is very strong, having the Drill Beam live. But what this can do for you is that you can use your Heretic Seal of the Heavenly Spheres to go into your Neo Kaiser Seahorse, and the Kaiser Seahorse can then, if you get it to the grave, get your Maiden of White to the graveyard. Other way around, you can also do it using the Heretic Seal of the Heavenly Spheres to get Magnamoot to the field, and then the Magnamoot can search Primate Dragon Ether Barrel to your hand at end phase. So this is why this is nice to connect the engines, and this is also another good starter in the end. Also gives you the option to make a Baron de Fleur with Bestials sometimes. We have 3 Primate Dragon Ether Barrel, a very good normal summon that sets either the Lordly Load or the Primate Drill Beam. Normally the Lordly Load, but if you already already have started with the Lordly Load, you would then set the Drill Beam. We play it 3 times, definitely the best ratio. 1 Magnamoot, since this connects both engines, very important. This is mandatory now. And then I like to run 1 Druid's Worm, since sometimes I don't need to connect the engines and then I would like to get another interruption. Then I have an Nibiru. I always like to have an Nibiru when I have Fuvalos and Maxis in here. We have triple Wishes for Eyes of Blue, one of the best starters in the deck. 1 Roar of the Blue-Eyed Dragon, just a good one, only one of them. 1 times the field spell, then triple Primate Lordly Load. You cannot start with Lordly Load, search your Dragon Ether Barrel and then set your Drill Beam, or you start with Dragon Ether Barrel, set a Lordly Load and add to the hand your Primate Drill Beam. Starting with a Lordly Load or starting with Dragon Ether Barrel is okay, kind of the same thing. Starting with the Ether Barrel is better though, since a Lordly Load can then add to the hand the Drill Beam instead of setting it to the field. Then we have to Call by and Crossout just to make our plays live. 1 Primate Drill Beam. You could run more, but the deck is already quite full. Then we have 3 Infinite Permanences, and the reason you could run more is that sometimes if you just hard open this without having Primate stuff, it's still okay, because you can activate this by revealing, for example, a Blue Eyes in your hand. So that's quite nice. Drill Beam can be made live quite easily. Then we have triple Infinite Impermanence. I like 2 Dominus Purge, only running 2 because, once again, I don't want to draw multiple of these because they are once per turn. You could bump this up to 3, a very good card in this deck, but this also conflicts with the Bestials and the Ash Blossom, so I don't want to see it that often. Then 1 Majesty of the White Dragon with 2 Blue Eyes, definitely way stronger now, and the True Light. For the extra deck, it's kind of like the same. Actually, it's exactly the same like last time. We have 1 Tyrant Dragon, 1 Neo, a Blue Eyes Ultimate, 1 Black Rose Dragon, 1 Black Rose Moonlight Dragon, 1 Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon, and 1 Baron de Fleur. Then we have the Cosmic Blazer Crimson Dragon Extreme package here with the Blue Eyes Ultimate Spirit Dragon, 1 Star Slayer, which is actually nice, 2 Spirit with Eyes of Blue, a Heretic Seal, and then an SP Little Knight. You could definitely go for 2 Heretic Seals and 2 Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon if you wanted to. You could get rid of the Black Rose Dragon, rarely ever comes up, and also the Black Rose Moonlight Dragon. This is another target for this one in theory, but rarely ever do I want to make this over the Omni Negate Dragon. So these are definitely not super useful. You could go another Seal, another Tyrant Dragon just for the grind game. Having multiple Seals can definitely come up. We are even grindier now with the Primate engine, so that makes sense. Let me open over in a few replays and I'll show you how insane and cool this deck has become. So we are going first here, and this is a nice hand because this is the hand that gets us into our Primate engine and the Blue Eyes engine. We start with the Lordly Lord getting impermed here, and this is another cool thing about the Primate engine. This often catches hand traps like Ashes, like imperms, and then you can use your Blue Eyes stuff afterwards, which is amazing. So we catch the imperm here, no big deal, because we can just go link 1. This goes into our Spirit with Eyes of Blue. That's amazing. We add the Mausoleum of White, and then I go a Maiden of White to set the True Light. Obviously the Mausoleum will dump the other Blue Eyes to the grave. And then I go for the Spirit Dragon here, but we get Maxeed, which I can call by. Unfortunately, my Maxeed is also not alive now. So we are going called by here, and I am getting my Spirit Dragon live. Makes sense to get the Spirit Dragon live before you activate your True Light, since then if you get Ghost Ogre, you can negate your own True Light, thereby not destroying your own field, because this is a mandatory effect to destroy your field. Maiden comes back, but we get interrupted by a Bestial. It is what it is. Here I was thinking at the moment where I called by the Maxi, I was thinking about just dropping my Maxi, so if anything would be summoned this turn, I can benefit. At this point I was like, okay, maybe should have done this, but it is what it is. The Bestial Magnamut gets it out, and now he activates the effect. We can go True Light, set our wishes for Eyes of Blue, because we can still easily discard our Blue Eyes here. Can go to the graveyard. We get the Majesty as an interruption to pop 2 and another Sage, which we can now go ahead firstly and equip to this to have it in the grave. Then we go Sage to search an Effect Vader here, and then go into our Spirit Dragon. Spirit Dragon is now protected via the Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, and we set and pass here. He gets to his hand a Dragon Ether Barrel. Very interesting. So we are playing the Mirror. Let's see. So he goes normal summon Ether Barrel here, and I decide to Effect Vader this and then also destroy both of these cards, since if you destroy this, then it's pretty hard to get access to the Link 1. And this is what I like. Also getting rid of this body is nice. So I negate this and then I kick them both. Very nice here, and our opponent, or I tag out here just to get the Omni Negate live, because if I wouldn't, I would have no other chance to negate. He sets 1, passes, I summon Blue Eyes Ultimate Spirit Dragon. True Light gets once again a Wishes for Blue Eyes to the field, and here you can see that we get our Primate Dragon Ether Barrel back, and this is the beauty of Primite, getting back the Ether Barrel. This time around we can set another Lordly Load, activating Lordly Lord, and now we have the Drill Beam, another interruption live that you can also discard. In theory, I discarded the other Lordly Lord, but you can for example discard this for Wishes and then just reset it while the Primate Dragon Ether Barrel is still on the field. I decided to keep it here because if I keep it, I can still activate it, and if I discard it, I need to set it, which then I can't activate it this turn. So I decided to keep it. We are going additional normal summon, getting more advantage, an Effect Vader in this case, summoning Blue Eyes from the graveyard. Probably for the Tyrant in a second, yeah. I would assume he goes Super Poly, very interesting here, but this is not a problem. He goes for his Tyrant Dragon, and then I go True Light to re-establish my Blue Eyes. I go Primate Drill Beam, get rid of his Tyrant, and because I still have my Ether Barrel, I can reset Drill Beam, and at this point the advantage is obviously too much. But you can see how much cards you can use to grind out your opponent. So in the next one you are playing a really funny match against Tearlaments, and then I have a third one for you afterwards with a cool mirror match. So let's look at this Tearlaments one here. So once again we go first here, a few of the games where we went first. This is an iffy hand. We start Wishes, discard True Light I presume, and we grab the Raw and obviously a Sage. Would have been safer to grab Maiden directly, but not getting punished here. Getting the Maiden and then a Maiden for the Truest of Lights. I go Spirit here and unfortunately have the field spell already. And the plan is, I think, to just go Seals. This looks like a Seals game. So we get this to the graveyard, set the Kick Trap as I call it, and then go for a Seals. Because I feel quite safe since I have this Maxi also called by. So I'm quite happy here. He goes into Pressured Planet Ravestuff. I let this go through, seeing a Kashtira Fenrir, which I go Maxi, so I can get a card. He fortunately plays into Maxi, and I can get it through. Kashtira Fenrir, I decide to not destroy it. He adds Tearlaments Kashtira. At this point, I'm like, okay, it's probably Kashtira since the Kashtira Pure thing doesn't really play this. He goes for again, and I don't really want him to get Ken to my field, so I decide to get the full value of my Majesties, get rid of this annoying Fenrir, and the Ken. He goes for Engraver. This is fine for me since I also still have this called by here, and this will produce a lot of bodies as draws for my field. Goes for the Fabled Lurry. I could obviously called by this, but I'm like, I don't really care, since he will need to establish another body and this normal summon is already gone in order to make the Fiendsmith stuff count. Knowing that at some point I will react with my Heavenly Spheres because I need to bounce, otherwise he just sends this away. But I want to get my draws, so I let this be and keep the called by for later. He goes Requiem, I'm fine with this. Get another draw. I draw a Purge, which is cool, and an Imperm, which is not cool. At this point I'm forced to use Heretic Seals, obviously, because otherwise this will just be removed. I bounce back the Engraver since it already has been used, so no big problem here. This also gets destroyed, and we are summoning. Not quite sure. Okay, bisschen Magnamu to add something here. And then he resummons Engraver, which is fine for me. I let this go through. I want to keep everything else for the Tearlament stuff. I let him fuse here into Lacrima. And then Lacrima targets Engraver, which I also let go through, since it doesn't really matter. And then they go into Pilgrim Reaper, which can actually detach to send 5 cards to the graveyard. This one I stop with the, I think, Ash Blossom. Could have also stopped this with the Purge, but then the Ash Blossom would not have been live, and also the Druid's Worm. This will come up in a moment here. The Purge conflicts with that. So at this point I use Purge to stop this card destruction. He uses Tearlaments Kash, and now I have to use my Bestial Druid's Worm because otherwise I can't afterwards, since I've activated Purge from the hand. So I decide to get rid of some Fiendsmith stuff from his grave. It's still fine because I have this called by and will draw even more cards. He goes Kash, mill 3, and normally a Tearlaments always hits against me. This time around they are missing and losing the game. Now I have a very crazy one that I actually lose against the Mirror. Okay, so we are playing the Mirror, and this shows, or as a good showcase of how this grind game aspect works. The Mirror is actually kind of fun since it can go over multiple turns. I really like the Mirror. Once again, we are going first, being lucky here. Unfortunately, no access to our Primate engine. So we go Sage, basically the normal worst combo here. Getting effect Wear Out, which is great since we still, but not still, but we already have the Maiden of White. Or do we win this in the end? I'm not quite sure. Let's see. Not quite sure myself. So I go the basic route. We go Spirit of Ice of Blue. I already have my Maiden, which is super. He imperms this, which this is okay because I'm like, okay, he's using a lot of his hand cards. So then there's definitely not a lot left. So we go Maiden of White to get True Light to the field. Not quite sure what I set here. Okay, I set the Raw. I just go for the Seals here. This is what I'm doing. Seals, and then I have the Purge and Druid's Worm and the Ash Blossom, and I feel quite safe. So go for the Seals and pass the turn. I decided to set this obviously because the Ash Blossom and the Bestial would be unlive the moment I activate this from the hand. So this doesn't make any sense. So he goes Lordly Load. I let this go through, deciding to interact with the Ether Barrel. He goes Ether Barrel, and I also let this go through, question mark. Why did I let this go through? Ah yeah, okay, in the end I should have stopped this here actually, but it is what it is. He sets Drill Beam. So now I am bouncing the Ether Barrel to get him off his Link 1 basically for further plays. He ashes my Seals, which is... Oh, this keeps me off my Primate engine, so this is actually a bit annoying. And he goes Special Summon, which is fine for me. I'm not afraid of this. And then he declares to another one, which I ash here because I don't want him to have 2 Drakes, so he can go into Seals. I just want to keep him on this 1 Blue Eyes, which does nothing, so I ash this. And here, he goes like Primate Drill Beam on my True Light. So he has another Drill Beam, he's playing 2 Drill Beams, which is okay. I go True Light, and I just set, in this case, I think, Wishes, yeah. So he removes my True Light, obviously super bad in the mirror, and he also has access to his Primate engine with the Drill Beam and the another barrel in the hand that I have sent there, but he's missing access to the Blue Eyes engine, which I kind of have. So we go Wishes to discard the Bestial here, and he goes Primate Drill Beam. This was to be expected. This is the end of the game. I was remembering a longer game, but let's see. And yeah, this is a longer game. This is a longer game. So I go, at this point, this looks kind of over. I go into Spirit, into the Mausoleum, and I decide to just get rid of this Blue Eyes here. Get rid of the Blue Eyes. The good thing is, and this will come up very positively, I have my Maiden in the graveyard, and this will help me out a lot. So I go Battle Phase, get rid of his Blue Eyes, and then go into Spirit Dragon, because I figure that I can, next turn, stop him from setting his Drill Beam back with this card, because this can negate something from the graveyard, and you can set the Drill Beam back. He goes Ether Barrel. I let him go through, since I figure, okay, he sets another Lordly Load, so it doesn't really matter. Now he wants to reset, and I negate this, so this will be stuck in the graveyard for another turn, which is super nice for me. Negate this. Not quite sure whether I attack out here. I think I don't. He goes for the Link 1, which I think I Dominus Purge, or I let go through. I let go through, because I figure it's very unlikely that he has the Sage in the hand. So then I tag out here. And he goes for another Lordly Load, adding another Ether Barrel, which it's whatever. Goes for the Field Spell, which cannot summon an Ether Barrel, and then Spirit with Eyes of Blue, which I do negate, since if I don't negate anything here, and these cards I probably won't negate, then this was useless. So I negate this here, once again keeping him off 2 Blue Eyes. He only has the 1 Blue Eyes. Makes Roar to make Tyrant Dragon. But the funny thing is, and I think he messes this up multiple times in this game, he cannot use this Tyrant Dragon because he has activated Primate Lordly Load's effect, other than afterwards you cannot activate the effect of Special Summon monsters. In the end, I resummon my Blue Eyes, once again getting back my Maiden. I have the advantage of the Maiden in the graveyard, but he has this entire Primate stuff going on, which is really unfortunate. We draw our Primate Dragon Ether Barrel, and here comes the very unfortunate thing. Oh no, this was this not here? No, it wasn't, right? I go a Lordly Load. Here's the Ash Blossom, yeah. And this will keep me off my Drill Beam for a while, unfortunately. So Lordly Load, but obviously this is nice for me. And here I want to get rid of his Tyrant Dragon, so I'm going Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. I think I will keep this also on the field and bounce it or something. Can't quite remember. So we re-establish the Blue Eyes, and it doesn't really make sense to go for my own Tyrant Dragon since I don't have a trap in the graveyard. So I go for a Baron de Fleur. Yeah, that's right. And also realize that I can't activate the effect because of Lordly Load. This is something you definitely have to learn. We go main phase to end phase. And then I decide to keep him off his Primate stuff for another round. Wants to add back Ether Barrel. I negate this and then attack out afterwards. Because I'm like, okay, probably the best use for my Baron, keep him off the Drill Beam for another turn. And then attack out into a Druid, because I figure this is more value than the Baron de Fleur is. He goes summon another Blue Eyes, which is okay for me. Still does not have the Maiden, which is great. And once again, I think at this point he realizes, damn it, I can once again not set back my Imperm here, because once again I have summoned with the Lordly Load, which he should have done afterwards. But I made the same mistake, so I can't say anything. He decides to kill my Dragon Ether Barrel, which I think is a mistake, because then I will get it back. But I guess I can also still... Oh yeah, then I can get it back, right? And for some reason at this point he gives up. I win this game actually, okay. Because obviously I could have gone Ether Barrel next round and get it to my hand once again. So yeah, very, very fun games. An extremely fun deck, also very, very strong. And one of the best points to invest in this deck is right now, since now it's at its most power level and will be even stronger in a weaker meta that we will have in the future. So if you want to go for this, go for this. Let me know in the comments what you think of Blue Eyes, of the video. And if you like my videos, please consider hitting the like button and the subscribe button. And we will see each other in the next one.